One of the things people always say about Apple is that its ecosystem is unrivaled. When you have an Apple product working with another Apple product, it just works. We hear this all the time. Well, Google is working very hard to match that in the Android ecosystem. And here at CES 2024, we learned a lot about what Google's done so far and what is coming soon when it comes to interoperability within Android devices. One of the most exciting things that we've learned at CES is that Nearby Share is now Quick Share. So if you'll remember, Quick Share is a Samsung protocol, but it only really worked between Samsung devices. But now Nearby Share, which is Android's protocol that does the same thing, is now integrated directly into Quick Share, with the new system being called Quick Share. So your Android phone, regardless of whether it comes from Samsung or whoever, will now have Quick Share built in. This is going to make it a lot easier to share data between two different devices, regardless of who made them. Another way that your devices work together is through Cast. This allows you to fling things from your smartphone to your television or other display in your house. And Cast is now going to be built into a lot of LG TVs. It's also going to allow for fast pair with Chromecast with Google TV dongles. So that means that instead of having to put on headphones and then try to navigate to the Bluetooth settings of your Chromecast and do all these things and do all the prompts and passcodes and all that, no more. You're just gonna have a pop-up that's gonna say, you have turned your headphones on, do you wanna connect them to your TV? You hit yes, and boom, you are now listening to your television on your headphones. Fast pair on TVs is coming soon, and it's gonna be super exciting. If you have a Pixel tablet, it's a great way to control music while you're listening at your house. But what if you're listening to music on your phone and wanna transfer what you're listening to your tablet? You used to have to go into settings and transfer what you're listening to manually. Now, all you need to do is get your phone close to your Pixel tablet, and you can automatically transfer whatever you're listening to on your phone to your tablet. It's super fast, it's super easy, and this is a great representation of how Google is making its ecosystem work together. Unfortunately, this is only coming to the Pixel tablet. So if you have a Nest Hub or a Nest Hub Max, you're probably not going to get this feature. That's unfortunate, but at least Google's making big strides in this area. Another way that Google is making Android work better with other systems that you own is in your car. If you use Android Auto, and millions of people do, you now have the ability to see EV charging stations in your Google Maps navigation. So that means if you're navigating using your phone connected to your Android Auto system, you can see those EV charging stations as you go. This is something that was in Android Automotive, which is different from Android Auto, but now it's coming to Android Auto. You can also now do conference calls through Android Auto. So you can be driving along and realize that you have to do a meeting and you're a little late for it. You can now do an audio-only meeting straight from your car, just like you would do with a phone call. Google is also rolling out a new protocol that lives on top of Android Automotive. So inside certain EVs, like the Polestar, you have Android Automotive. And this is a system that's basically Android built into the car. However, it's just been the Android operating system, not Google. Now you have Google built in some Android Automotive vehicles. This basically makes it so that you have a fully functioning Android tablet in your car. So think of a Google built-in car more like a tablet with a car attached. You sign in with your Google account and you have access to the whole ecosystem of Google apps. This enables you to do all sorts of cool things. For example, you could be looking at your phone, looking for directions to go somewhere, and then you could just send that to your car. And all you do is just hit a button on the phone and boom, it's on your car for navigating to wherever it is that you want to go. This is a way to make your phone and your car work together better than ever. As you can see, the Android booth is massive. This is the biggest Android booth I've ever seen at CES. So it didn't just have to do with the interoperability between all sorts of different Google devices. We saw all sorts of AI features, including new features for about Google Bard. We saw Magic Editor. We saw foldable smartphones, everything under the sun related to Google. But since this is so massive, it really gives you a good idea of just how much Google has grown over the past 5 years. You know, it used to just be, you'd come here and there'd be a couple of Pixel phones and maybe a Pixel Watch or something like that. Now, you've got so much to go on. So Google has really grown and it's making its ecosystem work together better than ever. And I'm really excited for seeing how much it can advance to catch up to what Apple has been doing over the past 10 years.